Yeah, I think we can get started.
Okay.
Alright. Can you guys see my screen? Alright, so we're gonna try using PIP today, because yesterday apparently there's some issues. So first thing we're gonna do is we are going to check which version of PIP we have. So again, to do that, we need to open VS Code. And once you're in VS Code, you can go ahead and open that folder you had earlier. So I went to File, and then I said Open Folder. I went to my documents or wherever your thing is, and then I went to the the Python stuff folder where all my stuff was. And from there, you're gonna want to go to Terminal right here, and then click on New Terminal. So let me do that once more for you guys. Go to Terminal, New Terminal, and from here you can type in whatever you want. But we're gonna type in pip version just like we did yesterday, and hopefully this time it'll tell us the version. So if you guys could confirm that you guys can see the version in the general chat of the Discord, that would be great. So let me know if that works for you guys. Let me know if it doesn't. So was anyone able to get this to work, or do you guys need a little more time? Alright, that's looking good. So it looks like it works for everyone. If you haven't done it yet, don't worry about it. You don't really need to check, because it should be there for all of you guys now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install a pip installation or package. This one's going to be called Art, and you guys will see what it does once we install and use it. So I'm going to type in pip install art. So if you guys could all do that right now. Type in pip install art, and then you can press enter. And then for me, it says requirement already satisfied because I already have art installed. But for you guys, it should say something a little different. It might say are you sure you want to do download this much? And if it asks that, just type in Y or yes, so that it confirms the download. And then once the download is complete, it should prompt this thing again. And then if you should see this right arrow that tells you, and you can start typing again or whatever. That means it's finished installing. So let me know when you guys are finished installing. Then we can move on. All right, so before we continue, actually, we need to do something really important, which is upgrade PIP so that it's the same version or it's the most updated version of on all of our devices. So there's a command we can do. Hmm. Environment or access denied. Okay, we'll see what's happening. Alright, so sorry about that. Before we continue, let's try updating our pip. So if everyone could type this in, pip install, and then minus minus upgrade pip. I'll send that in the general chat for you guys. So now mine is now the most updated version. Actually, mine has the same similar error. Alright, so I guess the solution is that at the end of every command, you have to add this minus minus user. So if you guys could all try that right now. So pip install art, try that once more, and then minus minus user. And then for me, it should say, requirement already satisfied because I already downloaded it. But can you guys check if that one works? I'll type it in the chat for you guys. Alright, it looks like it successfully worked for at least a few of you guys. And again, there's that message, it tells us to update the PIP version we're using. So if you're and then it should go through, but I'll wait for everyone to finish installing the art package because you need that for the next thing we're doing, so make sure you have that installed. Alright, for the people still installing the art package, you can continue doing that. But for the people that already have it installed, you can start programming now. So go ahead and open up a new file, or if you have an empty file that you want to use. I'm just going to be using this file called hello.py. And if you want to know how to create a new file, you can either click on this right here. It should say new file when you hover over it, or you can right click in this empty area and then find where it says new file. And then name it whatever you want, but make sure you do .py after it so that the computer knows it's a Python file. And from there, we're going to start coding. So from art, we're going to import asterisks, which means we're importing everything. Let me change this to Python. Alright, from art, import everything. Then we're gonna print art, and then print Tanzania. So art is basically this package that we just installed, right, using pip. And this first line is saying that we're importing everything from the package art. And tprint is one of the functions that comes with art. And you're about to see what it does. So when I run this program, you're going to see right here, I printed out art in these big letters, and I printed out Tanzania in these big letters. So you guys can go ahead and try that. And if I wanted to, I can also just print out my name. Like, you guys can mess around with it. I'm going to print out my name as well. You can see my name right here. So I'll give you guys a little bit to mess around with it. You can send in your screenshots of whatever you've created with this, and then we'll move on to the next package we're going to install. Alright, we're gonna move on now. So hopefully you guys played around with it a little. The code is still in live lecture notes if you need it. And the next thing we're gonna do, actually, you don't need any code to do it. This one's a little bit more interesting, I guess, or more fun. So if you guys wanna check out this pip install, and then we're gonna install something called free games. -- user at the end so we don't get an error. And for me, obviously, it's going to say it's already satisfied. So make sure you install this and then let us know when you're done, and then we can continue. So it looks like a few people have installed it already. So once you've installed it, we're gonna type in another command, py-m, and then free games dot pacman, and then I'm gonna press enter. And if you guys can all see on my screen, I'm currently playing Pac-Man. So this is one of the things you can do with pip installations. This is the free games package, and it comes with, I guess, a bunch of video games like Pac-Man. And so you guys can all try that out. So if you're not sure how to play Pac-Man or install free games, the commands are right here. First, we installed free games, and then second, we actually open up the game with the second command. So if everyone could try that out, that would be great. And there's like a bunch of other games you can play. Like there's this game called Ant, and there's just, I guess you're just an ant in this game. Yeah, this game, there's just a black speck that's supposed to be an ant. And if you want the list of games you can try out, I can send that in the general chat. So let me type that out for you guys. Yeah, so I just sent you guys the list of games and then just a command example if you want to play some of them. I'll give you guys some time to play and then we'll move on to the next package after. Alright, so we're gonna move on now. Hopefully that was enough time for you guys to mess around. You can still use that package if you want later, if you want to have some fun. Let's move on to the next package. We're going to be installing a package called Wikipedia, and this package is exactly what you think it is. So this is what the command is to install it. And for this one, I'm going to create a new file called Wikipedia. Wikipedia.py, we can't forget the py. And then we're gonna first import Wikipedia. And then if you don't know what Wikipedia is, it's this huge website that has a bunch of information. But a lot of people think it's not trustworthy because other people write it. And so you can write whatever you want. And then it might be like some random person that doesn't know anything about it writing it. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Wikipedia summary of Tanzania, and we're going to print out 20 sentences from Wikipedia. So if you've already installed this, or if you haven't already, I'll put that in the chat for you guys to install. So that's the command to install Wikipedia, and this is the code we're going to be using to print out the first 20 sentences of a summary of Tanzania. And when I run this, you can see Tanzania in Swahili, and it's officially the United Republic of Tanzania, or in Swahili. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Sorry if I said that wrong. And it's a country, in East Africa, blah, blah, blah. So it has all this information about Tanzania, and you can type in probably some other link or like countries and or other things to get a lot of info on them. So yeah, this Wikipedia package could be pretty useful. So you guys can try this out right now. Maybe you can replace Tanzania with something else and see what it tells you about it instead. I'm gonna replace it with. I'll replace it with Python and see what it says. So it looks like we got an error because Python has so many. There's so many types of Python. There's a coding Python. There's like the snake called a Python. So let's try something else. I'll just say California. And you can see it says, California is a state in the western US. All this information about California. So you guys can try this out. You can try Tanzania first. You can try other stuff. And let me know when you guys have tried a bunch of stuff. You can also send your screenshots of whatever cool stuff you found. And then we'll move on shortly to the next package. Yeah, my coded screen, I'll send it to you right here. Or you could look in live lecture notes. Maybe it is too small. Might be a little better. Oh, and one thing, when you're naming your Python files, don't name it the same thing as whatever you're importing, or else you're gonna get an error. So this is why I did Wikipedia with a capital W for my file, and then lowercase for my import. So make sure you don't make that mistake that I made. Looks like some of you guys are getting this HTTPS URL error. let's see. There's a few things we can try. We can try using pip3 install and then Wikipedia user. So can you guys try installing it with pip3 instead? And then see what happens. If that doesn't work, I guess we can just skip this for now and maybe come back to it later. Were you guys able to get it to work using this pip3 install? Okay, I see. Alright, that's okay. It looks like you guys aren't able to connect to Wikipedia correctly. So you guys are getting this error. So yeah, it's okay. We can move on to the next thing, which is going to be a package that lets you translate stuff, which is really cool. So pip install, and this time it's going to be translate -- user. So once you have that, you can create a new file, maybe name it like translate. Oops, forgot the py at the end of that. Translate.py. And then the code is, you're going to start by importing part of the library. So from translate, we're only going to import translator. So we're only importing the actual like translator part of it. And now we're going to check like what language we're using. So translator equals translator to lang, which stands for to language, equals, and let's do Swahili. And let's actually translate a message using this translator. Translate. Oops, I spelled this wrong. Translates hello, welcome to my class. And then finally, let's print the translation. So once I've typed out my coda, I'm gonna run it. And then it says this right here, funga alafia. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but hopefully this translates into hello, welcome to my class. It might not be accurate, but hopefully it's at least close. So you guys can try that out right now. And if you want, you already tested out Swahili, you can maybe switch the language. I'm gonna try Korean and see what happens. Uh, so it says all this stuff. I'm not very good at Korean, so I don't exactly know what it says, but so yeah, let me know what what happened for you guys. Like, did it work, or were you guys able to successfully translate anything? So once again, make sure you don't name your file the same exact thing as what you're importing. So you wanna maybe use uppercase for your T here, and then like the name of your file. So if you guys have like the same exact, like your file name's the exact same as like this or that, then you should rename your file. You can just right click on your file and click rename to do that. Make sure it's capital so it's different. You want them to be different so that it doesn't like mess it up. Was anyone else able to get it to work? If you're running into errors, you can always ask for help. All right. Are we ready to move on, or is anyone still having trouble? All right, we're now going to move on to our final part of PIP and its installations. And this one is going to relate with crawling. So I'm going to name this crawling.py. You don't need to install anything, or you shouldn't need to. This one is just entirely code. And if you don't know what website crawling is, it's basically going to a website and getting all the data from it. And then, yeah, it's just getting all different kinds of data from it, whether that's like images or text or files from the actual website. But yeah, crawling is just getting all the data from a website. So we're going to start by importing something regarding the URL library, and it's going to be called URL open. And for this, we're gonna use our file handling skills to create a file called test.txt. And if you guys don't remember what this W means, it means that we're actually writing. And it also means that it's going to create the file for us if it doesn't already exist. And then we're going to create a variable called page, set that equal to URL open, and then we're going to type in this website called geeksforgeeks.org. And if you have like coding issues or anything like that, this website usually has a lot of people that can help you out. So if you ask your question there, they might be able to help you out later when you're like busy coding. And then we're going to create a variable called content, which is now we're going to read the actual page. And this is the web crawling part. And finally, we're going to write the content into our new file that we created called test.txt. And finally, at the end, we're going to close our file opening. And actually, instead of txt, let's change this to HTML, because that's usually what websites are coded in. Like their data is stored as an HTML file. So if we try running this, let's go to our test.html file. And you guys can see this, it's like a ton of different lines of code. And this is all in HTML. You can see at the top it says doctype HTML. And so yeah, this is all what web crawling did, or in this case does, is it goes through all the so yeah, what we did is we just went through this website called geeksforgeeks.org, and we ran through all the data and put it into this text file, or I guess now it's an HTML file. And we can actually try opening this in actually, I think this program is messed up, so I don't think we can open this. But yeah, usually you would be able to open this into like your browser, and then it would work. And we can see part of the main website. So if I go to the website right now, this is what it looks like. Geeks for Geeks. And then if I right click, go to inspect, you can see there's all this programming in HTML. And you look at our file right here, and it looks extremely similar, right? We start with doctype HTML at the top, right here, and we go to HTML laying in US. You can see that right here, and then prefix OG HTTP, / ogp.me/ns hashtag. So you can see instantly that these are exactly the same. So what we're able to do with this program is we're able to access this entire code from the actual website, and we get a lot of data about the website from this. So it's really useful. So yeah, that's basically it for crawling. And let me actually try to open this file on my computer. Hmm. So yeah, you guys can see right here that I opened the file. I don't know if you guys can see this, but at the top it says users Hamosu Wu documents Python stuff test.html. So I just opened this file and it opened in Chrome, and you can see the side by side is exactly the same. You guys can see this, right? They look exactly the same, except maybe like the sign in button is gone. And that's because we only copied the code for I think this is not part of the code actually. Or this uses something that's from that's like not loaded in my code. But either way, you guys can see these are exactly the same. So using web crawling, we were able to like replicate the actual website, which is really cool. You guys can try that out right now. So the website link, actually, yeah. Here are the instructions for crawling if you want to try that out on your own. So using that program, it should create test.html, which you can right click and then reveal in File Explorer. So I'll do that for you guys. Right click, reveal in File Explorer, and that just opened this up right here. And I don't know if you guys can see this. How do I zoom in? Okay, so I'll just make them really big. So test.html right here. We can click, right click, and open this with Google Chrome, which for me, it opened this up, and then you can go onto that link to open this, the real website up, and you can see the differences and the similarities between them if you would like. So go try that right now, and if you need any help, I'm still here. But that's going to be it for the PIP portion of this lecture. So yeah. Oh, they're still not done. So the code is in live lecture notes, but I can still share it with you guys. So right here, this is the code for it. And then the instructions to, comparing the two different sites, they're in the general chat. All right, so that's gonna be it for the PIP lecture. Um, let's see. I believe.
I could take over now.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, then let me go ahead and share my screen. Um, Here, let's see if that works. Then just let me know if you guys can see my screen, and then we should probably move
Can
on.
see.
All right. Well, for what I'm going to be doing today is we're going to actually do a project, and we're going to create a music player, kind of like I don't know if you kind of like Spotify or Apple Music. We're going to be basically downloading music, putting it in a playlist so you guys could play it through through the code. And the project today, it requires basic Python knowledge, which I'm pretty sure you guys all know, as well as the usage of a GUI. It's called a GUI, which stands for Graphical User Interface. And then you'll see more what I mean by that later on. So first thing that I want to do with you guys, um, before we do the actual coding and the programming, I want to change some of the settings to make sure there's no error later on. Because when I first did this, there was a lot of errors that I went through. So to prevent all of that, we want to change a couple of settings prior to the actual programming part. So first, what you want to do is, if you can see my mouse over here, click on File, and then I'll repeat it multiple times just in case you guys miss it. But um, I want you guys to click on File here, and it says Preferences, and then Settings, or you could just do Control plus. That works too. Maybe if someone could just screenshot like this and then upload it to one of the channels. Oh, my screen is still loading. Okay. Then I will wait until it's. I guess we could just skip this step then. If there's an error, um, okay, so most likely you guys won't have the error then. It was just a personal issue. Um, then as with, oh, you got disconnected. Okay. And then can you guys see my screen? Ariel. Can start. Okay, great. Well, I don't know if you guys heard, but basically today what we're doing is we're creating a music player where you could download a bunch of music, put it into a playlist, and play the music, and you could play whichever songs you want. Um, so basically today's project will require just basic Python, um, as well as a GUI, which stands for a graphical user interface. And then, like I said earlier, you'll know more about what a GUI is later on, and you'll see actual examples of what it looks like. Um, yeah, but today, well, first things first. What every time you start a new project, you want to click over here where it says New File, and then call it whatever you want. I could just I'll just put it music player, and then make sure you put the .py to tell the VS Code that this is a Python program, and I click enter. I just put music player, but you could put anything you want. And I made this code earlier too, and I just named it test. So it's really your preference. I guess it's better to name it something regarding music. so it's easier for you to find later on. But yeah, let me know if I can move on and or if I need to repeat any steps. All I did so far was create a file. Okay. I guess I'll just move on. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to just stop me. I've noticed earlier that like a lot of your pip wasn't upgraded. So see if this works. Um, install. We first want to do this. Pip install space and then minus minus upgraded pip. Make sure it's updated. Mine is 22.1.2. I don't know if it'll be the same for you guys. But I think it should be to make sure we're all on the same page. So, and then you're gonna download two more things. One's called pip install pygame, and then pip install tk. I know I'm going a bit fast, but these three are the only things you need to install. So, and then I'll just leave it at this screen for a while. So just download this and then type in this and then type in this. And as you can see, I already, it says requirement already satisfied because I've already downloaded it prior to this Zoom or Discord call. So go ahead and type these in and let me know if I can move on. And also let me know if there are any problems. But it's just these three. Pip install, upgrade, zoom in my screen. How do I zoom in my screen? Oh, I can just make it bigger. Um, oh wait, that doesn't change the font size. Is there a way to zoom in the VS Code? Bottom of settings. Oh, Control plus. Okay, that works. Is that big enough? Or let me see what it looks like. Okay, I can just make it bigger too. I think that should be big enough. Great. So once again, pip install upgrade. Pip or pip space install space minus minus upgrade space pip. That'll update you to the latest version. And then pip install pygame, which is a module you're going to be using, as well as a TK. Oh, they did pygame already. Okay. Then if you already did it, then it'll probably show up as requirement already satisfied. So mm, yeah, try adding user at the end. For me, it works even without adding the user, but I think um, and then if you can let me know if that worked with adding user, then let me know. So I'll just retype it. Or let me just clear the terminal. Retype it. Sorry. Pip install pip user, and then pip install pygame user, pip install tk user. All right, just like that. And then, like I said, mine's already requirement already satisfied because I've already done and downloaded all of them. And let me know if I can move on. Um, am I fine to move on? Okay, let's see. Successfully installed. All right, great. Then I will just move on. Bit install for everyone. I'm gonna get rid of the terminal so I could type. First things first, you want to start off by importing all the modules so that you could actually use the commands while you're programming. So just type in import pygame, enter, and then from did not enter, and then from pygame import mixer, and that'll be the music player, and then from tk enter import just the star. I know I'm going kind of fast, but I'm going to go at step by step, and then I'll just leave this here. And then this is basically setting up for the actual coding part. These are some imports, modules that you need to import, and because we downloaded these two. Um, so go ahead. I guess I could put comments down too. Um, one. So first step, import all modules that will be used. Step two, create functions. Okay, how about I will just continue to talk and teach, and then if I'm going too fast, just let me know. Otherwise, I will try to go slowly, but I'll just keep typing, and then you guys could just copy what I type. I think that will be the most effective way. So the first thing we want to do is when we think of a music player, there's always going to be a play button. So we want to create a function called play song. And then Basically, yeah, this function is used to play the music, and then it loads the active songs from the list, and then it plays the required songs. Um, so current so- song, we're gonna name it current song, and it's going to equal playlist dot get active. So basically, what this does is it's going to get whichever song that's selected, and it's going to play that song. And then you want to print the current song so that you know which song is playing. And then mixer.music.load. This is a special command, current song. And then this will um, load the actual song that's going to play. And then we want to change the song status to play because now you are playing um, the song. And then last step, you want to do mixer.music.play, which will actually play the song on your speakers. So I'll just give you guys another like a minute or two to go ahead and type that out. Um, but yeah, so line by line over here, we declare a variable, then we add get the this playlist.get active, which will be the active song or the song that's currently going to be playing, and then you're going to print out the song that's going to be playing, and then over here you're going to be loading the current song that'll be playing, and then you want to set the song status to playing as well as actually playing the song, which using the mixer.music.play command. Okay. Well, I'm just doing one step at a time, and then I'll just type it out fast, but I'll repeat the steps multiple times so it's easier for you guys to understand. And then I also have comments down here. I guess I could put number 2, create play song function that will play the music. So number 1, we imported all the modules. I'm pretty sure you guys already learned about it. These are all the modules that are needed for the project. Number 2, we created a function called play song, and then this will just play the song that you have selected. Yeah, and then just let me know when I can move on, and then we will create a function for uh, pausing the song, stopping the song completely, and then just resuming the song, which are all features of a music player. There are also a lot of these other commands too. But today we will only be doing 4 of them. There's a rewind, there's a cue, load, get volume. Let's just write down all the steps right now while we're waiting then. Create a stops song function that will stop the music entirely. And then number 5, create a resume song function that will unpause the music. And then we will create a function for these different steps once you guys are ready to move on. So once again, import all the modules. And then right now, all we have written so far or typed is the play song function. And then by the way, these comments are just for you guys to like kind of see. You don't need to write them down. Okay, some of you guys are finalizing. We can move on after a few seconds. Okay, sounds great. Um, yeah, make sure you don't have any spelling errors. Um, check each letter one by one, I guess. Then, but most of the time, if for example, for this one, if you do like dot music, you see how it pops up right here. You could just press enter, and then it will just type everything out for you. So you don't need to type it all out, and it'll save a lot of time. Like for example, I just type in PL, and then you already see the play. So you press enter, and then it just types the rest out for you. It makes coding super fast and more efficient that way. And with step one and two. Okay, sounds great. I will then do steps three, four, and five pretty fast, and then I'll just leave it here for you guys to just copy. But these steps are pretty short. It's total of 9 lines. So next, create a function called pause song right here, and then song status. So you see how we put song status dot set playing over here. Now we're gonna do song status dot set paused because it's paused, and then mixer. And then once again, you can just see mixer here. So press enter dot music, press enter dot p enter, and that's all you need for pause song. And then stop song. Mm, song status dot set, and then stopped because it stopped playing. The music will have stopped playing. And then mixer enter dot music enter dot stop enter. And then finally, def resume song, song status dot set, resuming, as well as mixer, enter, and the music, enter, unpause right here, enter. So just like in their names, These functions are pretty straightforward. This one's to play, pause, stop, resume. Let me look at the chats if I could. Oh, I saw the chat a bit too late. Well, focus. Let's just focus on number three for now. Step number three. Um, so just like how I explained for the play song, it's the same line over here. All we're doing is um, setting the song status to paused, just like in the name. It's gonna be printing out playing for here, pause for here, stop for here, resuming for here. And then this is another command um, that'll pause, actually like physically pause the music that's playing. Over here, it'll just physically stop the music. So like reset the music, like the time to 0, 0. And then over here, it'll unpause or resume the song. And these are just the commands. You don't need to have it memorized. These are just the commands that are come with the modules. Um, so over here, these are like the most important parts that you guys should probably take away. Um, this command right here is to actually get the music to play, pause to stop, unpause. And if you have any questions on what each function does, uh, feel free to just ask. I could explain it one more time if you want. Or I'm pretty sure this video or this lesson is being recorded, so you could go ahead and go back and play the video. Mm, yeah. Into step five. All right, sounds great. I'll wait like 30 more seconds then, so everyone else, or I could just move on right now. Then step six. Now we want to create something called a root. Create root. And then which is the main GUI or graphical user interface window. And then this is how you actually see the song player, the music player. So you want to declare root. Um, equals tk, then root dot title, and then over here the title you can name it whatever you want. I'll just do music player, and then mixer dot init. You're initializing song status equals string var, and then song status dot set choosing. So this is another status update. And as you can see, over here, before I added, let me make this a comment. Do you notice how this is all yellow? Because it says song status is not defined. Because song status is a variable name, but you can't just put dot set dot set dot set without actually declaring the variable. So that's what we're doing over here. We made song status equals a string. And then now we could put choosing when we first play it, and then over here, and then if you play the song, it'll set the status to playing, paused, and then stopped, resuming, just like that. And then I'll just give you guys a couple of minutes to do work on that. And then now all we have left is to really just create the actual interface part. Um, so actually, let me just do step 7, um, playlist, and then this is the actual playlist part. So let me know once again. I can move on. Make sure you have everything up to step 6. And then if you're falling behind, in the live lecture notes channel, the code is all posted over there with every step. Um, and then can someone just tell me if I can move on? or how many more minutes? ETA or estimated time. You can continue. All right, sounds great. Okay, wait. Here is the kind of tricky part. I think I won't hold up. I should have just started. I need to share my whole screen. So change window. Oh, okay. So can actually I'll just do it. Um, so there are today we're going to be practicing with three different songs we have over here. Um, how do I send the download version in the chat? Oh, actually, no, I have it downloaded. Let me go ahead in the chat, in the general chat. Um, I'm going to send something. I'm going to send three MP3 files, which is going to be the test music that we're going to be kind of working with today. So go ahead and download those if you can, or just download one of them. I don't know how long it's going to take. Is it okay to add rewind? Um, well, then we would have to make a button for rewind, and if you want to do it on your own, then go ahead and try. But for today, especially because we're running out of time too, I'm going to be just focusing on the four functions that we have created. But definitely, if you have time and if you want to explore on your own, go ahead and try it out. But it might also cause an error because if you don't know how to necessarily do it, so I would say first try it without. First try it without um thing. Oh, I put TK here. Sorry, it's the lowercase TK because that's what we um yeah, it's lowercase TK. My bad. That was. But can you guys let me know once you guys downloaded the three MP3s, or at least just one of them? Because then it gets a little bit complicated, but I think we could do it. So as you can see over here, uh, hold up. Can you guys see the file that I opened up? I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, T is upper, K is lower. Yeah. Can you guys see my file explorer? Oh, okay. Well, for you guys, here, what I want to let me just you want to open up two of the files, and then once you download the MP3, it's going to. Do you see where it says this PC and downloads? It's going to be up here. Um, so let me just go back to, and then I personally, you could create a new file anywhere, but I created a folder specifically in this PC local disk users and then DMS07. Because that's what um I have over here. So go ahead and check on your terminal and then see where you want to add your folder. So it would be C, and then let's look at a couple of your screenshots. Let me see. Yeah, so it's most likely going to be as soon as you click the local disk, you want to click users. So I'll repeat this multiple times just in case. And then you're going to be clicking on your name, clicking on your name. So I'm going to put DMS07. And then I personally created a new folder. So right here, and then you could call it music playlist. And then I'll repeat it one more time just in case you didn't hear that or you didn't get that. So go to, and let me make the screen bigger. Go to local disk right here. And then maybe if someone could just type in chat the directions for them. So first step, you want to click local disk after opening up the file explorer. Click on users and then your name right here, and then click on new folder at the top. And then as you can see, I already created something called music playlist. So you could create something similar to that. And then I already have these downloaded here, but your file folder is going to be empty. And then, like I said, um, what yours is probably going to look like, something like this. So when you go to your download, you're probably going to see um, something called the story 01 underscore story dot mp3, 02 underscore manos underscore mars dot mp3, and then 03 underscore mangu underscore muema underscore god is so good. Oh, when you make a new folder, do not put a space between the characters. You see over here where I just put music, no space playlist? You could add capital, but don't add space. Space will cause error. Um, but once you create the new folder called music playlist, it's really simple. And then that's why you need to open up two file explorers though. You want to open up two file explorers. And then all you need to do is the MP3 that you downloaded that I sent in chat. You just need to drag, drop, drag, drop, drag, drop. Then there you have it. You have all your music in your music playlist. And then don't go ahead and don't exit out. Leave it here because it's really important. You need to have this memory address or this file address copy and pasted for future purposes because this next line uh, over here, we are going to use a method called os.chdr, and then you're going to put r, and then in quotes, and then remember this path that you have created where your new folder with the music playlist is located. You're going to copy and paste it. So basically, it's really cool. All you need to do is just click on this white space right here, and then it highlights everything. So Control C and then Control V. Do you see how I have copied everything onto here? Um, and it's a method in Python that's used to change the current working directory to a specified path. Um, and then this is creating the directory to this specific path that contains all the MP3 files. And then let me know if you need me to repeat any steps. I know that was kind of a lot, but basically the most important step that you need to know is um, when you download the links I sent. Oh wow. Okay, sorry. In general, over here, you want to download by clicking here, and then if you go to your um, yeah, great. You created Winston over here created their own music playlist. So you want to open up that folder. So this is great. You created the folder. Amazing. But then now you want to make sure that your MP3 is stored inside it. So remember how I said, and then to get to this page, you just simply open up File Explorer, and it just says downloads here. It also says downloads down here. Click on it. Oh, that's just documents, my bad. And then it should be in the today section because you just downloaded it right now. And then you will see these. It's really easy, drag and drop, drag and drop. Um, and then Winston, that's this directory, this path that you have created. Make sure to copy and paste it directly onto here. Remember, you're using the OS method. This is a specific method in Python that helps you change. The CH stands for change, and then dir stands for directory. This is going to change the directory to the specific path that you have created, which will contain your MP3 files. So once again, OS is .chdir is a method that is in Python, and you could use it to change the directory. Let me actually write it down instead of just talking. I know some of you guys are visual learners. So OS dot is a method from Python that allows you to change directory. We need to change directory. How do you spell directory? Directory. Let me just put a new line. And it'll be better. We need to change directory to the path that contains the MP3 file. And this path will contain the MP3 file. I think I should just move on because sake of time. If you guys could play the video again, um, you should be able to finish it. Um, and then we have a lot of steps now. I'll just be typing and then I'll explain once I'm done typing. I'll put notes down too. So playlist equals list box root, comma, select mode equals single, bg equals Dodger blue 2. And then by the way, these are specific just preferences. As you can see, Dodger blue 2 is a type of color, so you can make it different. But I'm not too sure which colors are available, so we'll just go with Dodger blue 2 and white. And then right here, we're basically just setting the color, the font, everything. And remember how I said the root is a main GUI window? So we're basically giving this GUI window all of these features. Font equals playlist dot grid column span equals 5. Oh, oh wait. Why does it say it's not the single PG equals article she white font equals playlist 8? Oh, I actually missed. I typed it in wrong. Sorry, sorry. Don't copy this. Don't copy this. Um, so the font, we're going to make it Arial font. I completely missed a couple of steps. Um, that was my fault. And then Arial, which will be the font type, and then 15 the size, ended off with the width equals 40. And that should be good. And then the playlist comes next. No, that's why it wasn't uh, working. Column span equals 5. And then songs equals os.list. This is another command that's specific to the always module. And then a for loop for s in songs. This is going to play through the whole songs, all the songs that you have downloaded. Insert and comma s. Um, so I already talked about what this is. Change directory. I will put another comment here. The list dir method is used to get the list of all files and directories in this specified directory. That's basically what it is. It gets all of the lists of the files. In this case, the MP3 files, puts it to the specified directory. Because if you don't specify a directory, the list of the files and the directions um, in the current working directory will be returned. So it won't be the directory that we want. That's a little bit, so that's the confusing part about Python. So you just need to always make sure that the directory you want or the directory is the one that you want, which is why we use a change directory method. Um, let's see if we want to 12 here right now. I can go on if we need to, but let's see what. Finish this if we need to. We have one final step left, but this is kind of a big step. There's a lot of coding involved. Oh, okay. Then, so the class, it's basically over now. We have one big step left that'll take um, maybe like 10 minutes, but we will finish that tomorrow. And then for today, I already made this code prior um, to coming, prior to this class. I've already made this all, and then I'll show you kind of what it looks like. So if you just run it, can you see so over here, I just named it Buddy Music Player. Um, as you can see right here, I made the root title Buddy Music Player, and this is what I was talking about, the GUI, the graphical user interface. Oh, I probably shouldn't do that. And then it's really cool because we made the background color Dodger blue here. That's why it's blue. And then we made the front ground, I think that's what it's called, the FG, white. That's why it's white. And then the font, this is Arial font, size 15. And then the width is exactly 40 and the column is 5. So pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and play it. That's the first one. And then you can pause, resume, stop, which stops the whole thing. And then you can play the second one. Pause, and then third one. I I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I think you guys can. Oh, the sound doesn't work. It works for me. Uh, did I not share my sound? Let me. We can't hear. Let me try something. Maybe. Wait. Actually, because the sound is working right now for me. Uh, um. What if I just only share this? Let's see if that works. Because right now it's playing for me. I don't know if it's playing for you guys. And then you could pause it, and then you can play this like that. Pause. You could resume. Pause. Stop the whole thing. And then you could add more songs too. You could add your own songs too if you want. You could download it online. Um, and then you could add it to your playlist, like I showed you earlier. Yeah, so pretty cool. I think for today we'll just end it there, and then tomorrow I'll help you guys finish everything. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll send you guys a copy of the finished code, but we'll go over it tomorrow, just so that you guys can look over it and finish any of the parts that you weren't able to finish while we're going over it together. And then make sure, if you haven't finished already, you guys can do the Python certificates. Make sure to do the beginner first, and then if you have time, you can do the Python intermediate and Python core. And make sure to send your certificates in the Discord chat when you're done. Yeah. Yeah, I'll make sure to send the code right now. But other than that, we're done for today. So thank you guys. See you tomorrow. Or I guess today's the last day of the week, so we'll see you guys again on Monday, and we'll finish.
So, Serena, don't you have the session tomorrow?
We
Yeah, I
do?
think we have
Oh, yeah.
one more tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow then.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.